Hey guys, have you seen these really cool AI action figures that have been popping up all over social media? Like this? I'm going to show you how to create one of those of yourself absolutely free without spending a penny using ChatGPT. It's a lot of fun. And you know what's even more fun than using fun tools like this to create goofy images and whatnot? Making money with AI tools. In fact, if you guys will like, subscribe, and comment the word checklist, I'm going to send you a copy of my AI checklist that has over 400 different AI tools that I use on a regular basis. And it'll teach you step by step on how you go about monetizing these, developing affiliate relationships to get paid every single month. But while we're getting back to this, I want to show you, here we are. Here's our guy. And what's hilarious about this is it doesn't always work right away. And in fact, I'm going to show you some of the mess ups and what we would call, I don't know, you think of them as bloopers or outtakes of what really has gone on with me wrestling with ChatGPT to get this actual image the right way. Now, thanks for coming here to the channel. I really love how the channel's growing. It's really cool to engage with you guys, and I love seeing the comments. By the way, if you comment the word checklist or Discord, because we're going to be opening up the Discord group in the near future, I actually respond to those personally. So if you happen to comment at 3 a.m. Here in the U.S., I might not respond back for a little while. I'm probably sleeping, but I'm going to go ahead and send you your access to that. And when I see your information come across, we'll send you all the details to this checklist and so on. But getting back to this, I want to show you some of the fun I had playing with ChatGPT. Now, I've been getting to know my ChatGPT for quite a while. I've named it. You can name yours as well. But we started off with just a general idea. I've seen other people that have their prompts out there available on social media and talking about, how they've done theirs and constructed theirs. But I actually wanted to talk to my ChatGPT and tell it what I wanted to accomplish. And this is actually the final prompt. And I'm going to share this prompt with you guys down in the comments so you can download the actual final real good quality prompt that it came out with, and you can adjust these different things. As you can see, you can decide what elements that you want to have inside of the image, like what I have for my little fella here with my different items, with my laptop with the ChatGPT symbol, the image of the, I don't know, not really a Stanley. I'm not really a brand guy, except for, how do I say I'm not a brand guy and have a Porsche logo? I'm just a Porsche enthusiast. So it's got my sunglasses, this and that. If you guys have seen some of the images of me actually wearing this particular shirt and those shoes, I actually have those shoes. So very cool what it did with this image. And it's going to be kind of funny. You're going to see how it goofed up to get to this point. I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to show you what ChatGPT did initially. I said, hey, Sentinel, I want you to help me creating the perfect prompt for an AI action figure of myself. Can you help me create that prompt? Absolutely, it says. Let's get a killer prompt for an action figure image of yourself. What do you want to have? All of the things, the outfit, all of the fun stuff, right? So if you guys you can see this, it's very funny. All of the branding, should it have like a real AI solutions, real AI, all of the things? I said, yeah, great. Yeah, so I gave it the ideas that I wanted to use. Instead of replicate, I said, let's have you do it. It came up with some Jeremy Knopf. I don't even know who that is. And I don't know what this guy is, but it kind of put some stuff in here. It put a pistol in it here. I asked it for a Lamborghini Huracan, but it gave me this. I don't know. That's some sort of bastardized combination of a Porsche Panamera and a McLaren something. Very bizarre. Anyway, we went through and refined and refined and refined, and I gave it an image of myself from a previous video to help create it. Well, it got a little closer with the face. It put the Lamborghini symbol in here, kind of some of the similar things. This was as close as it got for a little while. And I went down, of course, refined it, and it would not put me in the packaging. For some reason, it said, I'm going to put this stuff in the packaging, but not you. So hilarious. Then it goes, okay, well, here we are, but didn't create all of the rest of the things and misspelled Mattel. And put a logo over here, and then gave me a Lamborghini Urus. I don't I don't know. I don't like the Urus. If you have one, I'm really sorry. I decided to give it another image of my face from the previous video. Hope you guys watched that one. But to give it another reference point of my image, and it got a little bit closer. And it kind of got a little bit close. That was kind of all right. But I didn't want to have that way. And then once again, a couple more goofy images, I mean, not inside the packaging, Again. What is this? Porsche gave me the right logo, but that's not how you spell that. So I said, it's almost perfect, but what is this word? Keep everything else the same exactly as it is. And what did it do? It took me out of the packaging again. I stopped it in the middle, and I said, no, this one really went off the rails. Fix it. And then it gives me, finally, this one. And it nailed it. And then I asked it, of course, to give me the specific prompt. Now, you guys will have this prompt. You can download it, and it will actually work for you. Customize it with your own stuff, obviously, because you don't want my stuff in here. But I put in all of the images, all of the details, and it finally came out with this guy. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Now, what do you do with this? Of course, you know, it's silly, it's fun, it's something fun to have, but what else would you do with it? I actually thought of a really great idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take this image and I'm going to turn it into a business card. How about that? I'll turn it into a business card for my Gorilla AI Solutions SaaS business, and I'll have my QR code and people can scan that. But what a fun and memorable thing for you to actually hand somebody. I'm not a fan of giving someone homework. So I have a big problem with actual physical business cards unless there's something that's fun. Because typically, you give someone a business card, what do? Well, I'll tell you what I do with it. I take it and I maybe throw it in my wallet, or I put it in my pocket, or then I put it in the console of my vehicle, and then when I'm getting gas or going to the car wash, I then throw it out. Right? Do you guys do that? I mean, maybe I'll take a picture of it if I'm smart. If I use like CamCard or whatever, then I'll download that person's information into CamCard, but it's kind of outdated. But most of the time, guys, business cards just get thrown away. Real simple. And this could actually be something that's really funny that you could then hand out to other people. It's very simple. The prompt itself, you're going to construct it very simply by putting in the right details. And this is one of the key things. You have to state, create a hyper-realistic image. I wanted an 80s retro style. That's kind of where I'm from. You know, 80s kid, Gen Xer here. You know, having stuff that's like Star Wars action figures, right? G.I. Joes, that was my era I grew up in. So still love those things, share those things with my kids today. Lots of fun. But that's where it's at, guys. So you're going to be able to create your own. Now, here's a word of caution. If you're still watching, still listening to this, there was actually an article in Wired magazine, or just wired.com. I'm going to link that article down below. And what's crazy is there's a lot of concerns, right? We're in the ever-changing world of AI and how things are developing. And a lot of people are concerned about how intellectual property and IP law will be applied to the world of AI. And it's really pretty fascinating how they're going to be viewing that and how they're going to be dealing with some of these things. When you give ChatGPT or anything images of yourself, it's actually a real treasure trove of metadata. Depending on where you took that image of yourself, that picture, it has a lot of other information in there. Where you were, what's around you, your actual physical image, potentially for biometric hacking. But all disclosure here, I want to tell you, in reality, the images that I fed it were actually created using Replicate. Now, I uploaded all of my images into Replicate myself through a private link. It's not shared with anybody, and I'll do a tutorial on Replicate later on. The images that I gave it are of my likeness. I uploaded 20 plus images. I created my own avatar that has its own name, but it's not specifically me. It's very, very close, but I didn't feed it an actual image of myself. So maybe that's something that you want to consider as well. Fascinating read. I'm going to go ahead and link that down below to the Wired article. Fascinating stuff. Otherwise, I want you guys to just have fun with these sorts of things, enjoy something like this, and like I said before, don't forget, click like, subscribe, and comment checklist. And I will send you access to my AI checklist, and I can teach you even more about how to actually take some of these fun tools, not just to have a good time with it, but how to monetize it and how to put money in your pocket every single month. Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you appreciated the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in future content. Thanks, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.